This is the Mech Fans Toys or Mechanic Studios Iron Sky MS-20. Pretty neat. Here is Iron Sky out of packaging, and wow, he looks so G1. Cartoon accurate Astrotrain. This is probably one of the more accurate Astrotrain figures in terms of cartoon accuracy that I've ever seen. I honestly can't remember any other third party in the Legends scale figure that has made something very similar to this. I know there are other third party masterpiece scale figures of Astrotrain that look pretty nice. So he comes with two guns. You can remove them. Very nice. Purple, Decepticon purple guns. Put that off to the side. We'll talk about articulation for the figure. As you can see, he's got a really nice head sculpt. The head sculpt is on a ball joint. It can swivel left and right, but these kibble is really bothering that swivel joint, that neck joint, so it just gets stuck here and there like that. It's got a waist swivel, ball jointed shoulder, bicep swivel, hinge elbow, a little bit of some wrist articulation because of transformation. No swivel wrists though. Ball jointed hips. You can move the hips forward and backward. You just move up that waist piece. Thigh swivel, hinge knees, and ball jointed toe, actually, not the foot. This will allow you for a rocker, sort of like a pseudo rocker joint. Probably my only complaint in robot mode are these extra flap kibbles. This is for the train mode. It does tab in here, but I wish they could have made just like a hidden tab right there, would tab into a slot right here, or a tab here that would slot in right there, just to keep it in place, because it loves to just flap away like that. The wings can go this way and this way, just to give you more clearance for the legs when you're trying to get him in a pose. So really nice. Even has a little bit of a metallic flake painted on his abs. Other than that, I love this gray and purple combination for Iron Sky or Astrotrain. And for some size comparisons, here he is with Hasbro and Takara Siege, or in some places, Earthrise Leader Class Astrotrain. I mean, props to this figure. I really like it, but you're going for the cartoon accuracy Astrotrain. I wish Hasbro could have done a little bit something a little bit closer to this one. This guy's a lot of stylized panels and all that, because I think this figure, they were trying to make it work for both the Siege and Earthrise line, so okay. And here is Iron Sky with some other Mech Fans Toys products. We've got Galvatron, Megatron, and Laserwave, or I forgot what this guy was called, but there's Shockwave, the version of Shockwave. So he's right there. I like the scale. I like that he's a little bit bigger than Shockwave, and he's all about the same size as Megatron. Here he is with Magic Square's version of Soundwave, or Voice Ripple. So yeah, it's still a good scale. I think he fits in perfectly with these legend scaled G1 styled figures. So let's transform Iron Sky, get rid of the weapons for the time being. Okay, let's turn him into his locomotive train alt mode first. So let's start with the arms. Pull it this way, here. Fold those fists. There is a little bit of a clearance issue here. It's a little too long, that part of that wrist, so you really have to push it in till it snaps and close it up. Open these panels right here. Now the instructions say to rotate the head, and I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it's very difficult to do so. You'll have to scrape that kibble right there, and once you turn him here, the head is sort of facing upwards, and I'm afraid what it's going to do to the ball joint if I keep doing that. So I'm just going to keep him in his prone position like this, and it doesn't matter. This whole thing is still going to close on to his head, so don't worry about it too much. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to lift this piece right here, and then what you want to do is clear this thruster section. Okay, and then untab here, and then rotate like this. Fold that flap, and here's what I was saying. You can close that entire section on his head without any problem, even if you don't rotate that head. Okay, So just fold this up like this. Let's do the legs first. The toes and feet are going to stay that way. What you want to do though is you want to open his knees or his shins. Open that flap right there, and that will allow you to fold down that whole leg section and collapse it inside that shin area. Okay, and then what you want to do is just tab everything together. Close that, like that. Tab these, like that. Okay. All right. Then fold these flaps down like that, and then they tab in. Yep, they tab in there. Okay, and then you can do the arms. Arms is a little bit of a tight squeeze. Fold the shoulders in, and then make sure that the forearms, they tab in here. Oh. Okay, do the same on the other side. Like this, like this. Okay, and tab them together. Okay, and then the wings, you're gonna fold in like this. And just squeeze them in like that and tab. Okay, and fold them like this, just like G1, just like how the G1 Astrotrain transformed. Like that, like that. There's no way to store the weapons in locomotive mode, I think, as far as I can tell. I've looked everywhere for a port, but there's nowhere to store it. So that is the choo-choo mode, or the train mode. There are no rolling wheels, unfortunately, so you'll just have to pretend that they roll. But I do love this sculpt, this whole aesthetic about this train. It's very solid. It's very convincing. I mean, it is purple. Wish it were black, but you know, purple is the color of Astrotrain, Decepticon purple, and I'm liking it. Yeah. And so we have a comparison. Here is the Siege or Earthrise Astrotrain in train mode. And as you can see, the sculpt on this one is looking way better than this one. I mean, this one's nice. I have praises for this figure, and it does roll. You can see those locomotive wheels rolling. This one, despite not rolling, just looks really, really nice. And now let's transform him into space shuttle mode. Lift the wings up like that. Okay, and just get them out of the way for the time being, because you're gonna need to crack open this midsection right here. To do so, do with the arms. I thought it was gonna be like a real difficult task to do, but surprisingly it's not. So go ahead and just split them up like that. Okay, and at this point what you want to do is you want to lift this up, and then what you want to do is fold in the feet or the toes, rotate this whole space shuttle or the cockpit like that, fold this whole middle, the feet section or the foot and the toe area, just fold them down like that. Do the same on the other side. Go ahead and open that up. You can open this one all the way through so that you're not inconvenienced by all of this, these panels and all that, but you know, you don't have to. Just fold them this way. Just make sure it's straight, like that. Tab them together. They're gonna lock in. Okay, just tab them like that. Close this up like this. Then what you want to do is you want to close everything back like that. And these flaps are going to go back to where they were in robot mode. The wings, you know, just line them up and tab them or slot them right here. Okay. And finally, you just lift the tail fin just like that. And there you go. There is Astrotrain, or Iron Sky, in his space shuttle mode. I thought it was a very, very solid alt mode. Astrotrain, pick up the Decepticons and load Megatron. You can store the weapons in space shuttle mode. Here, there are slots right there. but I think it just ruins the flow of the sculpt, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to leave him off to the side. And for size comparison, here he is with the Siege / Earthrise Astrotrain, and you can see how much better this sculpt is in terms of aesthetics. This one's just a lot of gaps going on and very thick cockpit section, cockpit area, cargo hold, but this one is very slender. The colors are great. I love the cartoon accurate colors. Even the deco, the design of this alt mode. Now there is one more bit of accessory, the last bit of accessory, and it is this one. And what you do, the instructions don't say anything or where it goes, but I found out that it goes right here. And it's supposed to be like a slot for a flight stand. If you do have a flight stand for Mech Fans Toys or any similar third-party product, maybe you can put him there and you can have him in flight position. And so some final thoughts on this figure. I think it's great. I think it's a great homage. It's a great likeness to cartoon accurate G1 Astrotrain. I love the colors. I love the sculpt. I love the aesthetics in all modes. Train mode, space shuttle mode, and robot mode. Transformation was pretty smooth. I didn't have too much problems. It did have some clearance issues, very, very minor. Overall, I think it was a great transformation. The quality of plastic that they used here is a lot better than what we've seen in previous releases like the Galvatron and Shockwave, which was, it felt very light but very sturdy. This one was very sturdy, but I felt that this type of plastic had a little bit more give, had a little bit more of softness, just enough softness so that you'd be able to transform it without fear of breaking the pieces or cutting yourself or anything like that. I think they did a wonderful job on this one. Mechanic Studios or Mech Fans Toys, they really did a number on this one. I highly recommend this figure if you're into legend scale, G1 style types of figures, then this Astrotrain is one to pick up. The figure is going to get a 9.5 out of 10 for me. I really enjoyed this figure, and I hope you guys did too. Let me know in the comment section what you think of Mechanic Studios Iron Sky. And as always, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. If it's your first time on this channel, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.